So Kai has been wanting to grow her hair out lately. She wants it to be longer for more intricate princessy braids, and it's taken her a really long time to grow it very far. So she has started to do my oil treatment, and I have no problem with her doing that. It's all natural, it's all okay, and it means that she brushes her hair a lot more. So I thought I'd walk you through the way that I grew my hair as fast as I did. It's down past my waist now, and I did it in a relatively short amount of time. First off, I like to do apple cider vinegar rinse. I put 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar in here, fill the rest of the bottle, and then after I have shampooed my hair, I squirt this through my hair, focusing obviously on my scalp, and it clarifies your hair. It makes it really soft, easy to brush, and it gets all the nasty stuff from cosmetics or from shampoo or conditioner residue off your hair. But before I do that, I do my oil treatment, and the one that I found works really well for me is equal parts castor oil. Castor oil, almond oil, just cosmetic grade, coconut oil, and then I put a few drops of lavender. The brand that I like is doTERRA, so that's what I put in it. And so equal parts everything, but just a few drops of the essential oil in it. And your coconut oil, unless it's the emulsified kind, is going to be solid, so you kind of have to stir it in. It's a little goopy. But let me see if I can adjust this so that you can see me a little better. Now, when I stop using the oil treatment, my hair doesn't grow as fast, and I haven't used it in a little while, like months. I used it a lot while we were on the trip, and it made my hair really full, and it had some really nice body in it, but since I've been home, I just have been wearing buns, and I haven't really cared about it. So I just reuse one of my sweet almond oil bottles, and I will put it up on the shelf so that I try to do this every 3 days. So when I'm going to wash my hair, which is every 3 days, the night before, I'll put on my oil treatment. And that way I'm not walking around with a greasy head. But I'm not going anywhere today. I'm just doing a live show. So you guys get to see me greasy headed, but you won't be able to tell because I'll have it braided. So what I'm doing is rubbing it through my roots. And I do think that the massage part of it is an important part of it. And a lot of the channels that I have watched that are the beauty gurus with the really long hair say that you should actually be inverted. Dang it, it's got it on my pants. That you should be inverted when you do it. When you brush it after this, it will, it'll get into your ends. And a word to the wise, don't use a brush that you're going to use after you've spent a lot of time like doing your hair. Use a brush that you only use after you've got an oil treatment in. Now, I do think that a big part of hair care is to do a lot of brushing. It stimulates your scalp, and I don't know, I think it's part of that self-care thing of like slowing down at the end of the day, making sure that all of your body parts are still working and happy, and it's just a nice calm thing to do. Okay, so one of the most important things I did when I decided to grow out my hair really long was that I didn't stop getting haircuts. I would go in and have my hair shaped about every 3 to 6 months, and that way I still had shape and body, and my hair wasn't just hanging in this heavy sheet on my back with there being no way for me to use it. I've had really long hair before, and it was all one length, and or I had like some choppy bangs at the top. And what happened was that I would get really bored, and all I could really do was wear my hair in a braid, because when you have long hair you can't leave it down. What it does is it just gets in everything. It catches on doors, it gets stuck in things, and it gets really ratty and doesn't look very nice. So every time I would go in and get my hair done, I would have it thinned so that it was still light enough that I could put it up in a bun, I could put it in a ponytail without it giving me headaches. And so what you see here is actually only about 1/4 of my hair. My hair's quite thick up here, but it's pretty thin down here. And the reason for that is that the longer it gets, the heavier it gets. And I just think it starts to look kind of blah. Now, if you don't have, I don't know, I think it's kind of hard to have really long hair unless you really love braids. And if you really love braids, then by all means, leave it as one length and don't put layers in it. But if you're somebody who likes to dress up occasionally and look kind of glamorous and with your hair curly and pretty, then I think that having it shaped and razored out is essential, because your hair gets to the point where it's so heavy that no cosmetic is going to be able to give it body and bounce. And it might have reached that point with my hair right now. It's long enough that even when I curl it, the way that I have always done, it falls out of its shape pretty quickly. And so it probably wouldn't be a bad idea for me to cut like the last 6 inches off and just kind of start over there for a bit and let it be healthy. Okay, so I'm not sure how much my hair likes buns. It seems like another thing that happened was that when I started wearing more buns as it got longer, my hair stopped growing as fast. So I do think that if you are wanting to have longer hair, that you focus on braids, not buns, as a way to manage your long hair. Okay, so what I do, my hair has gotten long enough that if I do it in just 2 braids, it's too long to let me function. I've had a couple times where I was working with trees and using snippers and everything that I almost cut my braid off because it was right down there in my zone of operation. And so now instead what I do is I do a small braid on the shallow part of my part and braid that down to the nape of my neck. And I think I saw a different take on this on the Freckled Fox. I love her hair. Come on. Yeah. Long hair. Joy, joy. Okay, so I have this side braided down to just behind my ear. And I'm just going to go ahead and finish the braid instead of adding any more hair in. And this also keeps my hair out of my face a lot better than some of the other braids that I've done, because it catches all those little wispies along the side of my face. So I'm going to go all the way down. And I think it adds kind of a fun touch to your braid that you have a braid inside a braid once you're done. But yeah, I can't stand to have my hair down in my face all day. I've got too much to do. And it's dangerous. With all the tools that I use, I'm going to end up getting my hair caught in it. Not necessarily a sawmill. Like, some people were really concerned I was going to catch my hair in the sawmill, but I was far enough back that wasn't a problem. However, using a regular miter saw, I'm pretty close to that blade. So now I'm going to take and braid down the front along the edge as if I was braiding a headband. And because of the grease, it's not going to be as lofty and isn't going to look quite so volumized. As it would if it was clean hair, obviously. And the other thing is, if you put lavender in this, a lot of times you'll attract bees and yellow jackets. So use it with caution if you have problems with yellow jackets. I'll see if I can turn and show you. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I'll do my best. Did I already get that one? Okay. And you saw I just brought in that braid because I want it to go up, not down. Okay, so what you see, well, maybe you can't see it. Okay, so what I want you to see is that my braid is now, well, it's still down to my belly button, but most of it is up above the chest line. It is a functional braid rather than two braids that hang down to here. And I don't really like, as cute as I think that is, I don't like it to be down to here. It's just a little too long. It starts getting caught in my pants and other things, so keeping it shorter by bringing it over and braiding it from this side just makes a huge difference. So that's how I grew my hair out. In the beginning, when I was first trying to decide if I wanted to grow it out that long, when I only had it to about here, I did get extensions at that point because I wanted to see, is it going to be worth all the effort? Am I going to like long hair? And so I do have some old extensions that I used to wear. And sometimes it's fun to put them on just to have a little bit more thickness in it. But for everyday hair, I do like to thin it out. I do like to razor it out so I'm not getting headaches. But if you're somebody who really likes to play with long hair, but you don't want to have to grow it and you don't like it on a daily basis, something like that can be fun. So hopefully you enjoy the video and we'll talk to you later.